Between them, these three small cars behind me make up roughly 10% of all new vehicle sales in Australia. But which one deserves your money most? To find out, we've pitted the all-new Mazda 3 against the Volkswagen Golf and Drive's reigning small car of the year, the Ford Focus. It's no secret that small cars are big business, and with the release of the all-new Mazda 3 in early February, sales in this segment are only set to become stronger. Here we're testing three cars, each priced under $30,000 and offering a competitive mix of comfort, pleasing enough performance and excellent fuel efficiency. We start with Ford's popular Focus. The oldest of the bunch, the Focus is beginning to show its age, particularly in the layout of the dash and the front fascia. Even so, the Focus is still the most powerful car here. Its 2-litre 4-cylinder engine producing a healthy 125 kilowatts of power. It may be a couple of years old, but the steering and handling of the Focus is well and truly up to spec. It turns in really nicely and reacts well to driver input. And the 2-litre powertrain offers great acceleration. In fact, it's actually the most powerful here and was the quickest to 100 kilometres an hour. The ride on the Focus is pretty good. It's a little bit firm, but obviously that reflects in how sporty it can also be in corners. But it's comfortable enough for daily driving, a little bit firm over smaller bumps, but never crashy or jittery. The accompanying 6-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox is a really sharp unit. It's actually less lurchy than the example found on the Volkswagen and is probably a little bit more livable for daily driving. The Focus continues to impress on the road, but it is beginning to fall behind in equipment. It misses out on a reverse camera and a stop-start fuel-saving feature, which contributed to it being the thirstiest on test. Inside, the Focus's hard, durable plastic stood out against the soft-to-touch panels of the Volkswagen and the Mazda. But the Focus still boasts all the essential amenities and is a strong value proposition. Next up is the Volkswagen Golf. The most expensive of this trio at $27,490, it comes fitted with a smaller turbocharged motor, and while it looks down on paper, the 1.4-litre engine is anything but sluggish. The Golf strikes up an ideal balance of performance and comfort in the way it handles. On normal sections of road, it's really smooth and composed. You do notice little imperfections in the road, though it's never crashy or jittery. And in corners, well, it sort of speaks for itself. There's barely any body roll, it turns in really sharply, and there's a great amount of steering feel. It obviously has the only turbocharged engine of the bunch, and while there is a little bit of hesitation from down low in the range, it certainly thrusts you forward pretty quick and probably feels the quickest of the three on the road. The Golf's drivetrain does come with a few caveats though, like the occasionally lazy engine and the auto transmission, which can hesitate from time to time. The Golf was the quietest on test, scoring the lowest decibel count during a generic sample on coarse chip roads. The Golf is easily the most accommodating passenger car of the three. It gets the biggest boot, rear air vents, climate control and commodious proportions all round. The German package was the only competitor to come standard with front and rear parking sensors and an auto-dimming mirror function. The new Mazda 3 arrives in Australia amid plenty of expectation, given the popularity of the model it replaces. And while it might not represent the great leap forward many were anticipating, the new model builds on Mazda's ultra-successful small car formula. The Mazda 3 is the newest model out of these three cars and was actually just released in January. The two biggest bugbears of the old Mazda 3 were its road noise and its fuel consumption. Have they been rectified? Well, in terms of noise, yes it has. But is it now class leading? Well, not really. We found that the Mazda 3 was actually on par with the Focus in being the noisiest car here. Priced at $24,990, the Max variant comes fitted with a 2-litre petrol motor and mated to a conventional 6-speed automatic. The tweaked engine was the slowest of the three cars in acceleration times, however fuel consumption has been greatly improved to a claimed average of 5.8 litres per 100. The Mazda's carryover 2-litre engine is a little bit sharper than the one it replaces, but it's still not as adept in enthusiastic driving as, say, the Volkswagen Golf. From rest, it does take about 3,000 revs before the 3 really hits its straps. And you do notice that when you doing overtaking maneuvers around trucks and things like that. Steering has always been a strong suit for Mazda, and the latest iteration definitely carries on with that heritage. The Mazda is definitely an agile little number, though it probably doesn't turn in as sharply as the Golf or the Focus, but overall it's a great daily cruiser, and most people probably aren't going to notice its performance credentials being a little bit down on its competitors. The fitment and finish of the 3's interior is leaps and bounds ahead of the model it replaces. Push-button start is standard, as is Mazda's new MZD Connect system, elements which have helped to boost the appearance of the cabin significantly. Internal proportions are strong throughout the Mazda, and build quality is sound. Well, they say competition improves the breed, and that's certainly true with these 3 accomplished small car packages. Each provides a decent mix of fuel economy, comfort, and overall driving dynamics. However, there can only be one winner, and that car is the Mazda 3. The Focus trend remains a worthy contender with its accomplished driving package and plenty of practicality. However, it is beginning to show its age. And the $3,000 pricing gap of the Golf ruled it out of the equation, which leaves the Mazda, a spacious and smartly presented entrant and the best rounded of the bunch.